Okay, welcome back to another episode of
Mentally Cute.
Thank you guys for tuning in again. This is our 8th episode. Look,
It's
we're
crazy,
we're
right?
just gonna say the number of the episodes every single time.
Yeah, this has been the second month of us recording Mentally Cute.
Yeah, so this is month 2. Look, probably at some point we will stop saying the number, but I think
No.
we're also shocked every time that we get on the mic
Yeah,
and
we're
doing
like,
another
whoa.
episode. We're like, oh, we're still doing it. We're showing up again. Okay, so we're recording this on Monday morning before Hollis goes to school because just how our week has been.
Yeah, been crazy.
It's been crazy. And this is kind of our last opportunity to record.
It's been crazy for my mom. I can't say the same for myself.
Yeah, it's been more chill for Hollis. But look, anytime that you're coming back from a race and there's just always a ton to do and no energy or brain power to do any of it, it's a little bit rough around here.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll do a quick little check-in. Do you have anything from the last week?
No, I do.
Crazy? No, anything you want to speak to? Okay, so nothing crazy for you for the week.
Nothing crazy.
We had it was a really good week. We had my birthday. That was super fun.
Yeah, that was really fun.
That was really fun. We got to celebrate. I had a lot of friends come out and run with me that morning, which was unexpected. And I was grateful that my legs actually worked, which I've been running this week and they feel great. So I am really happy about that. I don't think that 200 milers beat your legs up quite as much as some races, though.
Which is weird.
Which is weird to think about. So that's been good. And then I feel like Hollis and I have just been getting stuff done.
Yeah.
Okay, so what should we pop into first? Should we read comments first or do the
Sure.
astrologies first?
Let's read the comments and then do the astrology.
We'll read some comments. We actually got some good comments.
We got some good astrologies coming
We've
up.
got some good astrologies. Our first comment is from Seth Meyer, and it says, "Love this great race report. I actually paced my friend Lynette at Bigfoot a few years ago. I know that section you were talking about in the forest. It seems so unworldly as the evening was setting and the fog rolled through the trees. I could totally see Bigfoot coming through at any moment. Haha. Look, I was looking for Bigfoot the whole time too, Seth. And unfortunately,
Bigfoot didn't
I
show
did not see Bigfoot, and I was very bummed about it. But I was ready. I'm not kidding. I was ready. I was ready to go. We have a few more comments. Let me get them pulled up here. A few comments from Mary on different episodes. It says, "Absolutely love this episode. Hollis, you did the most amazing job interviewing and
Thank
loved
you.
hearing all
Thank
about
you.
the race so much." Which, Hollis, I agree. I said that at the end of the episode. I think you did a really good job interviewing
Thanks.
and coming up with your questions. And yeah, I was super impressed. So thank you for that, Mary.
Thanks. Yeah.
Mary also said this was the episode that we were not planning on releasing. "So glad y'all ended up releasing this episode. It was so much fun to listen to." Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
Let's see. Mary said, "I would like to note that James didn't leave the first comment on Spotify. I did. Love the energy in your conversation so much. Zelia and I are loving listening to these together." Thank you. Yeah. Because I think we said something about merch. So look, Mary, you'll get merch too. How about that?
Yeah, how about that? How about most commenters get merch?
Yeah, we'll send you guys both our first set of merch. We have our 3 exhibit. Happy birthday. Thank you. It was an incredible birthday. It actually was. It was probably my favorite birthday I've ever had.
It says that every year.
I do say that every year. Look, because every year I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the best birthday. And it is the best birthday every year.
I don't know.
So Hollis he doesn't know if he agrees with that. That's okay. He doesn't have to know. So
I don't know.
that is all of our comments for the week. Thank you guys for commenting. Keep them coming. We'll keep reading them.
Will.
So thank you. Should we do the astrologies this week? Oh.
The astrologies. Yeah, we got some good.
I love how you do the astrologies as if it's a scary thing. It's like a scary movie.
The astrology.
I think it's funny. We won't do a ton of astrology, but we are in eclipse season, and that's a big deal because
So obviously
we need to at least speak to it a little bit. If we're in eclipse season, it would be crazy if we didn't say anything during eclipse season.
Crazy.
So, we've talked about before, we had our solar eclipse in Leo. That was on the 14th.
And now,
And so the eclipse portal is open. So guys, get to cracking. You can make a lot of changes in an eclipse
oh,
portal.
but this is a lunar eclipse, so this isn't
Yeah,
gonna
so
be
the one
like
coming
a
up.
cool looking one. This is gonna
Well,
be
yeah.
a lame looking one.
Oh, whatever. Lunar eclipse? That's not lame.
A lame looking one.
So the 27th going into the 28th, that is going to be the lunar eclipse.
So the lunar eclipse is like when the moon is directly blocked by the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So the moon doesn't get any light, right?
Well, yeah, it gets blocked, so you can't see. This isn't.
So it's
this
like
isn't.
the sun's here, the Earth's here, and
Yeah.
the moon's here.
But this isn't a total lunar eclipse. It's only 5 degrees.
Only
so-
5 degrees. That doesn't seem like it counts.
Well, it does count. It's an eclipse.
It's only 5 degrees of an eclipse. 5 out of 100.
Hey, eclipse is an eclipse. So this eclipse, this lunar eclipse is in Pisces, and Pisces is the final sign of the zodiac. And so
Yeah, wait, what?
it is a lot about releasing things that are no longer working. It's a lot about surrender. It's a lot
And
about
Pisces are
leaning into
fires?
your. It's a water sign. Pisces is a water sign. And so it is kind of more of the intuition, spirituality sign. It is a lot about dreams. So guys, pay attention to your dreams this week.
Dream
Pay attention to your dreams.
in the astrology.
And if you have any crazy dreams this week, leave a
Call
comment.
us.
We can't call us. We're not giving you our phone number.
Guys, our phone number.
I do need to put the email on here at some point. But look, if you have any crazy dreams, write them down
Just call us.
and then comment and
kidding.
tell us what they are.
Just comment, don't call.
We can close it up. But during eclipse season, it is a time of shifting. And so like old dynamics are moving out of your life and new dynamics are starting to replace those.
Yeah.
So, and then those are kind of in place until, well, I mean, they could stay in place for a long time, but you're kind of like more in that trajectory until the next eclipse. Yes, you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention. Okay, we'll leave it alone. But go look and see where Pisces is in your birth chart and Leo, and
All right.
that will give you a good idea.
So now we're going to do things no one teaches you.
Yes, yeah. So we're gonna do a couple segments.
So I actually don't know what this means. Explain this to me.
Yeah, I just told Hollis the titles of the segment, but he doesn't actually know what we're doing today, which I would say is pretty normal. We don't ever read
Yeah,
our
we don't read
questions
our
and
questions.
stuff.
We answer like this now. It's all organic.
Yeah, so
We're not that lame.
we're not that lame. No, never. Okay, so
Never.
things nobody teaches you how to do. Should we just get started?
Yeah.
And we can both answer. I'll read one off, and then one, I think it'd be interesting if you say, I mean, we'll make the answers quick, but if someone did actually teach you how to do that, and then what you would say of how to do that. If you were to teach someone, what would be like one thing that you would say?
Oh, that'd be good.
Okay, how to make a friend.
Nobody taught me how to do that.
No one really teaches you. You know why I think that is?
Why?
Is because I think that who you connect with is so random.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there are some things that you can do. There's definitely like intentionality that you can take. But especially as a kid, it's just you meet people and you connect with them or you don't.
I want to be a friend.
Yeah. I mean, some people do. They just like flat out ask.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know who Rosie O'Donnell is?
No.
I was listening to her on a podcast this week, and she was a talk show host, and she also like was in TV shows. She said that there's this story from when she was 3 years old, and she went next door and she knocked on the door, and her question was, "Hey, you got any other 3-year-olds in there?" Because she was looking for a friend. She was 3 years old, and I was like, "That's bold. I can't imagine going next door, just knocking on the door and be like, "Hey, you got any other 38-year-olds in there?"
That would be awesome.
I want to be friends with you.
Wait, but were there any other?
Yeah, she said
3-year-olds?
that there was, and it's like still to this day like one of her best friends.
Just because she knocked on the door trying
Yeah.
to find a friend.
Trying to find a friend at 3. And, like, that is so forward. I was
Got
like,
any other 3-year-olds in there?
you got any other 3-year-olds?
Such a crazy question to ask.
I was like, I
It'd be
can't
funny if I
imagine.
got like I knocked on our neighbor's door. Got any 12-year-olds in there?
12-year-olds. Well, I mean, look, if someone were to knock on our door and say, "Hey, you got any other 12-year-olds in there?" You'd probably be like, "Yeah, I'll come play with you." I mean, that's
Yeah, I got 12-year-old in here.
Yeah,
Do you
that's-
want to play with them or not?
yeah, that's someone that is committed. They are
Yeah.
committed to having a friend if they're knocking on doors.
You got any other 3-year-olds in there?
But how, like, have you ever thought about how you make a friend?
No.
Have you ever intentionally done it, or has it just always happened?
It always happened. Have you ever intentionally done it?
I mean, yeah, to some degree, I think, because I've moved around a lot. So I think as an adult, you somehow pinpoint other adults that you want to hang out with. How? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how you decide that adult seems like a good adult.
Yeah. That adult seems like the one I want to hang out
Yeah.
with.
But I think as an adult, you do have more intention behind it, and you will set up a game night or dinner or, you know what I mean? Things like that. Whereas I don't think kids are quite as, I don't want to say calculated, but they really can't be. They don't have as much autonomy in their schedule.
Yeah.
So, okay. How about how to end a friendship?
Ooh,
We actually did kind of have a conversation about that last year.
we did?
Yeah.
Who did I end a friendship with? Her.
I'm trying to well, here, we'll bleep this part out. That friendship you did intentionally walk away from.
Yeah.
And I think you can kind of tell me how you remember it, but it was a lot of conversations. And then I think at some point we sat down and you wrote down qualities of friends that you wanted and ones that you were looking for. That way you would identify them when you saw them. And also, you just kind of started spending less time. So it's not like you had a conversation with him and said, hey, we're not friends anymore. But you did,
I kind of walk away.
yeah, you did just stop spending time with him more and more. And it was a bummer because it was someone that you were friends with that you had spent a lot of time with for a while and
Yeah.
was a really good friend and
Mm-hmm.
just kind of ended up not treating you super great towards the end of the friendship, maybe. Is that
Yeah.
how you would say it?
Yeah.
So I guess that one you did kind of get taught a little bit, but I don't think people really talk about how to end friendships.
Yeah.
I know like in adult life, for sure, it's like a sensitive subject because ending a friendship with another adult it's difficult. I've definitely had to do it and it's
Difficult?
difficult and there's not a lot of advice on how to do that. So
Yeah.
I will say that I think there's starting to be more of that because I do think friendships are becoming more prominent in our society right now.
Yeah.
And okay, no one teaches you how to change your mind.
Yeah, but that's not
What
like
do you think about that?
that's not really change. It's not like a teach question. Like I don't know. That question is just
You don't think that you need to know how to change your mind? I think
no,
so.
no. That's not what I'm saying at
Oh,
all. At
okay.
all. That's not even.
Okay, what are you
Look,
saying?
all I'm saying is that that's just like it's a weird question. Like say when no one tells you how to teach. Because that's just one that comes naturally. So that
Yeah.
question doesn't even make sense.
I think it does for adults. I think a lot of adults will be very much like, I mean, we can go with like politics, right? Or religion, where maybe for years you've been a certain way and then you change your mind and you decide to kind of like go down a different path. And it gets really awkward because your whole life is built around maybe a certain way.
Yeah.
And then if you change your mind and it's something that is like that big of a deal, because I'm not talking about you change your mind about what you like to eat for breakfast. That's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Something that is very integrated into your life. People don't know how to have those conversations with other adults. And I do think that it gets really awkward. I think that it's one of those things that when you do change your mind on something really big,
Yeah.
it is a lot harder to have those conversations. What do you think would be the kid version of that?
I don't know. There's nothing that kids argue about that much.
It's okay for kids to change their mind. That may be actually true. I'm trying to think as a kid if there's something that you change your mind about. I mean, I don't know. I think there's a little bit of a transition of this. I'll pose a question for you because you're starting to step into this space a little bit. You are 12, going to be turning 13. You kind of are in that transition phase of kid to teenager, right?
Yeah.
So there are things that certain kids do, right? Maybe play with toys or be into certain things
Mhm.
that you start transition out of. So what does that look like? What if you still have friends that are into things that may be considered more kid-like? I think some people can be embarrassed by that. You're changing, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
You haven't really dealt with a lot of that yet, but I do feel like that's probably,
I think if anything, I'll be the one friend who's staying behind.
yeah, that's probably true.
Could be me.
Well, we can cut this out, but I'll ask you this question here, but we can cut it out. So don't feel like that you can't just say I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
I dropped you off at Dad's recently in the evening, and there were a bunch of friends in the driveway waiting for you to play night games. And
I guess I did feel embarrassed.
you had 2 stuffies that you were going to take into Dad's that you
I
left in the
did
car.
feel embarrassed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why were you embarrassed?
I don't even know.
Because
I'd say now I would change that.
yeah. Yeah, because I noticed, like, you had them in your hand and you, like, quickly, like, threw them to the back seat and just took your backpack with you, but you did not take your stuffies out of the car.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't
would you
know.
agree that that's kind of a transition time frame, right?
Yeah.
You're changing your mind on if it's socially acceptable for you to have stuffies that you're taking between houses.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with changes
I don't know.
with that kind of stuff? You're still working through it?
That is just something I don't even think about.
You just kind of, like,
Do.
well, because another question on here is no one teaches you how to be embarrassed, and I think that is also in line with the same story.
But that's like saying nobody teaches you how to be happy.
Yeah, but happy is just more of a natural state. I mean,
So
look,
is it-
and no one teaches you how to be happy. I think that's true, and I think that you have a lot of people that find happiness in self-sabotage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because they don't know how to deal with it. But going back to the same story, it was change and also embarrassment. How do you deal with embarrassment, generally speaking? Do you know?
No.
I
It's like
think for
asking
me,
how I deal with
use
happiness.
I use humor. That's generally what I do when I feel embarrassed about something.
Really?
Yeah, I will just use humor to kind of like neutralize the territory a little bit. Do you know what you do?
No.
It's probably something we could talk about then. It'd be an interesting thing. Okay, let's do one more and then we'll go to normal or weird, okay?
Okay.
And we can cut all of that out. If you decide that you are okay with me leaving it in, you can let me know, okay?
Okay.
Admit you were wrong.
Admit I was wrong.
Yeah, no one teaches you how to admit you're wrong.
Yeah.
Do you think that's true?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. Do you think that's not true?
I mean, no one really taught me how to do that, but I think that we practice that.
We do?
Yeah, I think that we go to each other and say we're sorry and
But
admit.
that's not you teaching me that I was wrong. I already knew how to do it.
But how do you think you learned how to do that?
By admitting I was wrong?
By
like that?
seeing your mom come do it to you all the time?
No.
Do you think here's a question. And you can push back and disagree. Do you think that you would come to me and admit that you're wrong and apologize that much if I didn't first give you the example of doing it to you?
Probably not.
So I guess we didn't have like a direct conversation about it.
But it silently taught me.
But I think through example, I mean, you could disagree. I think that I admit that I'm wrong and I apologize to you frequently.
Yeah.
I mean, I even had one this morning.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. But that is true in the sense that we've never had probably a real conversation around it. Here's a question for you. I know that you practice that with me. Like, we're really good about repair. I think the two of us are really good with repair.
Yeah.
Do you have that with anyone else in your life?
No. Actually, I don't know. I don't think as good as we do.
Okay. Okay. You probably practice it, but maybe not as much.
Yeah.
Who else would you practice that with? I guess dad. What about cousins?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
What about friends? You don't really get into it with your friends,
I don't
huh?
really get into arguments.
Yeah, maybe at some
Or else
point.
I get rid of that friend.
One fight and you're out, friend.
One fight.
You
It's
get-
over for you.
Yeah, you have one fight and then we're done.
It's over.
You get cut from the team. I'm just kidding.
My line of perfect friends.
Yeah, but I just don't think that you and your friends are at a point where you guys are like having massive disagreements or even disagreements in general.
Yeah.
I don't think that happens. So yeah, I would probably be with dad and with cousins that you spend more time with.
Yeah.
And that's probably hit and miss with cousins. I'll pose I won't use names.
Because I'm never wrong. Kidding.
Okay, here, I'll pose a situation. So you have two cousins. Well, you have three cousins here on my side, but
Yeah.
one of them is younger and
I have five?
she's a girl. No, you have three cousins on my side here
Yeah.
that live here.
Yeah.
We have a lot more cousins in Alabama, but on my side of the family. With dads, you have a lot more.
Yeah.
But I don't know your dynamics with them. So one of them is very close to you in age, and then one is like a little bit younger. And I would say that whenever fights break out, it's usually the two of you against the younger one. Would
Yeah.
you agree with that?
Yeah.
How often do you guys go to him and say
How
you're
often do
sorry?
we?
Yeah, say you're sorry
I
and
say-
you're wrong.
We don't, but I say I do sometimes.
You do.
When I think I'm wrong.
When you think you're wrong.
If I don't think I'm wrong.
So do you do it 100% of the time that you think you're wrong?
Yeah, pretty
Do you?
much. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'm
Well,
impressed.
maybe not 100, maybe 99.
99%.
Maybe like, I don't know, like 90%, like 100, but a lot.
How often do you think he does it back? to you? Like admit that he's wrong and says he's sorry? I think that he does sometimes.
Yeah, he
I've
does.
I was like, I know that
I'd
I've
say
seen
it's
it. Okay. So that's a situation that you're doing it.
Mhm.
So maybe that's not something that you have been taught how to do, but I think example-wise, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a few normal or weird. Rehearsing conversations before they happen. I think normal.
That's normal?
I don't
That's
know.
weird.
It's probably weird, but I do it. Not all the time.
You do it?
I used to do it a lot more when
That's
I was younger.
weird.
I don't do it as much anymore.
You rehearsed a conversation?
Oh, I would rehearse conversations all the time when I was younger, probably even through my 20s. I think in my 30s it's been less because I'm pretty okay with
Ben less.
it's been less. You never rehearse a conversation?
No.
Like even with like if I like see my crush today, I'm gonna say this or
No.
never?
Never.
That's probably healthy.
Normal.
That's probably healthy.
That's normal.
I rehearse conversations. I used to all the time. And then yeah, I really think it's probably the last few years that I just don't do it as much. It's a lot more rare at this point.
Yeah.
Sleeping with socks on.
I say that's normal.
I say that's normal.
I say
Because I
it's
sleep
like
with socks
framed
on.
weird, but I say a lot of people do it.
Yeah, I think so too. Talking to yourself.
That's
normal for me.
normal for like half the people.
Yeah, I don't think you really do.
I don't, but half of everybody does it a little bit.
Yeah, I talk to myself all the time. Smelling your clothes to decide whether they're clean.
I say everybody does that.
Yeah, I agree.
That's normal.
Yeah, I agree. I think everyone does that. Pretending you're being interviewed when you're alone.
Do you ever do that? That's weird.
I did when I was a kid. I haven't done it since I was a kid.
You
But
did it on your
oh, for sure.
Why?
I don't even know. Like, look, I had a very big imagination and I lived in it all the time. I for sure had those moments as a kid pretending that I was like being interviewed for something. And I don't as an adult, but for sure when I was a kid,
I'm gonna have to say that's weird.
But also, I wonder too, like when we were kids, we didn't have screen. Like you guys are a lot more occupied with your brain, with like screens and stuff.
Yeah.
We didn't have stuff like that. Like we were just alone in our heads a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you would hang out with friends and like family and stuff, but I would say just the thinking ratio was a lot higher. You may disagree,
I don't disagree.
but I think that you guys have a lot more screen time than what my generation had.
Yeah.
Personal opinion. Okay. Checking the fridge multiple times despite knowing nothing changed. I think that's weird.
That's weird. Does anybody do that?
I think a lot of people do that. I've heard that. I don't know. I don't do that. That's not one that I do. Having imaginary arguments and winning them.
That's weird.
I did that a lot as a teenager. I have not really done that as
You
a
had
teenager.
imaginary arguments and then won them?
Well, for me, this is how it manifested. I would kind of have an altercation with someone, like a disagreement with someone, and then afterwards I would be like, "Oh, I should have said this, and if I had said this, then they would not have been able to say that." You know what I mean? I would like go back and forth of like, "That's what I should have said." It was mostly like me having thoughts of what I should have said in
But that's not
situations.
having an imaginary argument and winning it.
Yeah, because then I would win. Because if I felt like I didn't
Ugh.
win or I wasn't like perceived as being correct. So I had a lot of that in my teenage years, not as much past my teenage years.
Yeah.
I definitely had a lot of it then. Okay. Thinking everyone noticed something embarrassing you did. I think normal when you're younger.
Yeah, I'd say normal.
I don't have that as much now. Like now I can, but I just don't care as much now. If I do something embarrassing in public, I'm like, ugh, whatever. I don't have it as much.
Yeah.
Wondering what people say about you when you're not there.
Mom.
Do you have that?
No.
I don't really have that.
No.
Do you think I do?
No. Oh, I don't know. That's why I
I
was
mean,
asking.
maybe like occasionally, but I don't.
I don't really care.
I was like, I don't think I actually have a lot of noise about that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
I'd say that's normal. I just don't have it.
Mm-hmm. Eating dessert before dinner. I think weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't love that. Putting ranch on pizza. Neither one of us do that, so obviously we think it's weird. Yeah. Hollis doesn't eat any type of condiments like dips
That
or
may be
anything.
weird.
Yeah, that's probably
I think that's weird.
Because even with French fries or chicken nuggets or anything like that, like you will just eat them plain.
Yeah.
So
that's better that way.
That's weird. Eating one food at a time instead of mixing things.
That's normal.
Yeah, I mix things, but I think you generally eat one thing at a time.
So do you think that I'm weird for it?
Mm-hmm. No, sometimes that makes sense. to me, but it doesn't always make sense to me because I like to have bites of lots of things.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right.
Okay, a few mom versus 12-year-old ones. Normal or weird? Parents tracking their kids' location.
Normal.
I think it's normal, but I think it's weird.
Normal
I
and
think,
weird.
like, I think it's one of those, if you have your kid's location and it's an emergency and you really need to look at it, then do. But I think parents that look at their kids' locations all the time, I think it's weird.
They're just obsessing over it.
I just think it's weird. I think it's a control thing. I don't know why you need to know where your kid is all the time.
Yeah.
Now, granted, you're not a teenager, so maybe that changes when you're a wild teenager and you're out on the
Wild.
streets doing who knows what. Maybe I'll be like,
Aha.
where is that boy? I'm going to track him. And I think Dad and I both feel this way with you. Like, we are not big on tracking.
Yeah.
Like, we're not
Yeah,
that type of human.
I can agree. You're that type of human.
Kids knowing their parents' phone password.
I think that's normal.
I think it's
I
normal.
think a lot of
I
kids
think-
know it.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of kids know their parents' password.
Mom, I know more kids than you do.
Well, I know, but do they know their parents' password because their parents gave it to them or they figured it out?
I think they gave it to them.
Okay, maybe that's true. Maybe that's normal.
I think
You
it's
know my
normal.
password and you
Yeah,
get on my
I don't
phone.
know Dad's password. Still trying to figure that one out.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, I actually think there's quite a few parents that won't give their kids
Yeah,
their
I
phone
don't.
password.
Mm-mm.
You don't think so?
Mm.
Well, maybe we should look.
Just
We're
trust me.
gonna put this in an Instagram story and ask for a vote because I think most parents do not share their phone password with their kids. And I think the reason is because they just like don't want their kids on their phone. There's not really anything on my phone that I'm nervous for
All I
you
do
to
on my
see.
phone is play this like game where these tiles and there's like ones underneath them, and then you like this is the same tile over here. They tap it, and
Yeah,
they
that's
like go together.
That's the only game I have on
See-
my phone and I never play it.
Oh.
Following your mom on that one doesn't really apply
I don't
to
have
us. You don't
social
have social media.
So I guess that's weird.
Okay, normal or weird? Kids correcting their parents.
That's weird.
I think that you do that with me and it's fine. I'm never offended and I don't care, but I don't think that that's normal.
Yeah, I think it's normal in Utah.
You think so? I don't think that most parents like it when their kids call them out and correct them on things.
Why?
'Cause most people just don't want to be wrong, especially from their kid.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I don't think we have that dynamic.
Yeah, we do.
Because I don't think you ever feel, and it's not that you're just out here like correcting me and critiquing me all the time. We don't have that dynamic.
That's all I do, Mom, is just correct you.
Okay. Parents saying slay. I think weird.
So weird.
I think saying it to their kids. I think if they're saying it to other adults, then that's just funny. But I think when they're saying it to kids, that's weird.
That's just weird. Guys, don't do that, okay? I don't even think I think it's weird if kid says that to another kid as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't say it.
Just don't say it.
It's just weird.
Look, it's out. Don't say slay.
Yeah, it's
Unless you're an adult saying it to another adult to be funny. Then you can say it. Be
so
like,
our only upset.
slay queen. I do say stuff like that.
You too?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Being friends with your parent when you're an adult. No, I don't think that that's weird.
Why would that be weird?
I think that's normal and healthy.
Normal.
A kid teaching their parent how technology works. I think normal.
That's normal.
I think that's normal.
I say I don't have to do it with you. You know your way around technology.
Yeah. I think that's true. Telling your parent who your crush is. I think
That's not
normal.
weird.
I think
That's normal.
Yeah. I think in my
I'm talking from
generation.
experience.
Yes, that's true. I think in my generation that was weird. We did not tell our parents that kind of stuff. But I do
Really?
think your generation's a lot more open. And I think like us parents are a lot more open with our kids. Having a podcast with your mom.
Is that actually what it says?
Yeah.
Wait, actually?
Yeah.
It's literally big.
I mean, I wrote it down, but
Oh, you did?
yeah,
Oh.
I came up with it.
Oh, dang it. That's weird,
That is weird,
but it's cool.
but it is cool. I agree. Look, that
You
one.
guys should make a podcast with your mom.
Everyone should have a podcast with their parent. I think that that's going to be it. That's going to be a wrap for us today.
It's a wrap.
It's a little bit shorter of an episode.
Sorry in advance, but also it's too good of an episode that we had to make it shorter because we can't just have a long, good episode.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Look, we can't have a long episode every week.
That would be literally insane.
It would be insane. We would love to hear
If you're normal or
legitimately,
weird.
actually, legitimately, what I would love to hear in the comments. And I do think that we will put a poll on Instagram because I am hyper curious. The password one, because I think that's the one that we disagreed on the most.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
You should ask your friends today.
From all of our
Ask your friends today at school.
okay, from all of our what I would like you guys to comment is to see and take all of like the questions, the ones that we agreed on,
Mhm.
and then type in the comments if you're normal or weird.
Like,
Depending on our scores, which ones you got more of.
I like
So
that.
just type in the chat.
I just want to
Oh.
know if parents are giving kids their passwords.
Well, but like go on all the ones we agreed on, and whichever ones you have more of normal or weird, tell us
These are
in
going to
the
be really
comments
long
if you're
comments.
normal or weird. No, just say normal or weird.
Oh, okay. Just like the question, normal or weird.
Yeah. No, like you say normal. Like if you had more. So say we took all of our questions and
Uh-huh.
we got like a piece of paper down something
Mhm.
and we write down like, okay, I do that. And they
Mhm.
said it's weird. So then I get one weird. But then
Got
this next
it.
one's
Okay.
normal.
Like how
So then
many normal and how
whichever-
many weird they
Yeah,
are.
so if you have more weirds, then type weird. Normals, then just type normal.
That way we know if our listeners are more normal or more weird.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. I like that. Yeah. Let us know if you're more normal or more weird.
Okay.
Percentage wise.
And actually
Yeah, maybe
type,
a percentage. Like maybe I am 55% weird and 45% normal.
nah, you're 100% weird.
I definitely think I skew more weird. I'm more
You're
eccentric.
90% weird.
Yes, I'm very
How about
eccentric.
that?
I don't disagree with that. I think that is true for me. Thank you.
Episode.
Yep. Thank you guys for tuning in. We love you.
Love you.
Have a great
Week.
week. Have a great full lunar eclipse moon because this is coming out on Thursday. So yeah, I mean, look, this is happening the day that this is coming out into the next
This is
day.
happening today, guys.
So hopefully you're not listening to this later. That's gonna be
that
bad
would
for
really
you.
suck.
Okay, for real. All right, we love you guys. Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.